Okay, so I've been asked to do a video about posture, something that I think about quite a lot. I've struggled with in the past and still do sometimes when I'm under pressure, especially in the orchestra. Some of the key points I would think about with posture, the way I would describe it, and it was described to me, is to think of yourself as a skeleton and to really break down the way that you hold the flute. So if I just go side on to help demonstrate just a basic way of bringing the flute up towards you. The most important thing is not actually to lean forward towards the flute, which is very easy to do, is to keep your head upright and imagine the sort of Alexander technique way of doing things, where you imagine that somebody's literally pulling your spine up and a piece of string through the top of your head so that you don't lean forward to the flute. So just hold the flute in your left hand with a left hand playing position, and bring it up to your face this way without moving your head, and then all you do with the right hand is just bring it on top like a bunch of bananas or a skeleton, as I say. There's no muscle involved with that, and this should be a natural playing position. The other thing to watch out for is that never play with your feet square, straight on towards the audience. It should always be that your left foot is diagonally going forwards 45 degrees towards the corner of wherever you're playing the hall, so that your right foot's just a normal playing position here. And then when you bring your flute up, then it naturally, without moving your head, comes to 90 degrees towards the audience, so that instead of having both your feet facing the front and then you're pulling all these muscles in your back here, it's very unnatural, especially after you play for a long time. So to put your left foot 45 degrees towards where you're playing towards, to keep your head still and up, and for your right hand to be relaxed over the top of the flute. And then the other thing I would say is I always imagine my favourite person to think of with posture is William Bennett, because he's got a big chest and big ribs, and he always sticks his left elbow out just slightly higher here to give himself space. You have to imagine that you've got this big tube or tire around your belly or your diaphragm, so that when you expand you have lots of space here. So rather than cramping in like this, almost like a box, which is what some people do, bring your left elbow out here, give yourself lots of space, and to actually create a presence and a bigger space around you when you're playing. More than 50% of how you come across in an audition is not just about the way that you play and the way you sound, but the way that you look. So it's very important to give off a very positive perspective from other people of how you look when you play. So the other thing as well is to make sure your shoulders are relaxed and bring your shoulders down, especially when you're breathing. So just to recap, your left foot should be 45 degrees, your left elbow should give yourself a little bit of space, be slightly pointed, and the flute should not be twisted round here so that you're twisting your back, but just naturally lie at 90 degrees to where you're playing to. So hopefully this should be somewhere near a good playing perspective.